Good morning and welcome to your pre-market report for Friday, June 5th, 2026. Let's take a quick look at the global cues, domestic trends, and stocks to watch before the markets open. U.S. markets closed mixed overnight, with the Dow Jones rising approximately 1.7% to a record high, and the S&P 500 gaining approximately 0.4%, while the Nasdaq Composite slipped approximately 0.1%. Falling oil prices, easing Treasury yields, and strength in financial stocks boosted sentiment, though weakness in semiconductor shares following Broadcom's sharp decline weighed on the technology sector. Asian markets are trading mostly negative today, with the Nikkei falling over 1%, while the Kospi lost around 3.5%, along with the Hang Seng also trading in the red. Investor caution persists around geopolitical developments in the Middle East and ongoing volatility in global technology. Stocks after weakness in semiconductor shares overnight, although record close in the Dow Jones and easing crude oil prices are providing support. GIFT Nifty futures as of 8 a.m. was trading at 23,565, thereby indicating a flat to positive opening for the Indian markets today. Crude oil prices are trading lower, as easing concerns over immediate supply disruptions and renewed hopes of progress in U.S.-Iran negotiations have triggered profit booking after the recent rally. Gold prices are trading steady with a slight positive bias, supported by safe haven demand and expectations of future interest rate cuts, although stronger equity markets are limiting upside momentum. Interglobe Aviation, the parent company of IndiGo, has announced temporary adjustments to its international network due to seasonally weaker demand and a challenging cost environment. The airline will suspend select international routes, including Langkawi, Krabi, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Ho Chi Minh City from July through September, with services scheduled to resume from October 2026. Aurobindo Pharma has received final U.S. FDA approval for its tofacitinib tablets in 5 mg and 10 mg strengths, a generic version of Xeljanz used to treat rheumatoid arthritis. The company plans to launch the product immediately, further strengthening its presence in the U.S. generics market. HDFC Mutual Fund has temporarily restricted fresh lump sum investments in its Gold ETF and Gold ETF fund of fund schemes. The move comes amid prevailing market and economic conditions and reflects a cautious approach toward managing inflows into gold-related investment products. A flat to positive opening is expected for Nifty today, mostly due to a correction in crude oil prices and a record high close for the Dow Jones at Wall Street. Levels will remain the same as what we mentioned in yesterday's post-market report, with supports being at 23,400, followed by 23,260, while resistances will be at 23,565, followed by 23,700. A positive bias may be expected at open despite negative sentiment in the Asian markets. Elevated crude oil prices despite the recent pullback, persistent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, inflation concerns, rising global bond yields, and continued volatility in FII flows remain key risks for Indian markets, potentially impacting investor sentiment, currency stability, and inflation expectations. Easing crude oil prices, resilient domestic institutional buying, record highs in major U.S. indices, strong momentum in AI and technology-driven sectors, healthy corporate earnings, and continued investments in infrastructure, renewable energy, and manufacturing could support Indian equities and broader market sentiment. Yesterday, foreign institutional investors were net sellers of about 4,447 crore rupees, while domestic institutional investors were net buyers of around 4,360 crore rupees. That's your market snapshot for India on June 5, 2026. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for stock market-related updates. Wishing you a focused and profitable trading session ahead.